That is, though, forcing Singularity to ban away Orianna. If they do not, there's going to be a big mid diff coming on. He was just so far ahead, it was not even funny to play against.
Yeah. I don't know. This feels like a throw.
But we say it, we're not supposed to talk about hovers, but I thought that was a very interesting hover. I would have loved to see it happen, hopefully. Kai'Sa for Redemption, easily one of his best picks. I did some stats actually on him just a few days ago, and if we check out Redemption, where is he? Where is Redemption? Redemption currently throughout 3 games actually, got 100% win rate, uncontested 100% on that champion. So he's just going to keep that ball rolling. If he wins this one, that's a continuous 100% win rate on the Kai'Sa. And for a difference especially, he was playing so good together, play on good objectives, they might be able to make us go to a game 3.
Yeah, it's a pretty damn nice comp. Like, it looks fairly shiny. The question is, like, if you start scratching it, will all the like lining come away and we see some like barky underneath? I think that for me, you've got the Malphite, you've got the Akali, you've got the Corki, like really, really high tier champs. Problem is, a lot of that like goes out the window if the Lee Sin starts popping off in the early game. Like, then he can just start suddenly like flying around the map, just causing pressure, creating problems everywhere. We are going to get Zara in the mid, which means we're going to have a top lane Gragas. We'll see how this does go. Quick leash onto red side, giving the Olaf that nice head start. And now Malf are going to head up to the top with Rampog.
Yeah. No lane swappies this time. Nothing too substantial. Is going to be pretty chill in the early stage, which has been actually a pretty redundant factor throughout all the past few games of this series and also the series before that one. So I'm enjoying this. I think teams are definitely a lot more cautious coming into the early stage, which I do like. I really do like this Yasuo pickup from Zor, though. I think that especially with the Lee Sin kick, seeing how good for a difference was on that pickup earlier. One good kick could result in a 3, 4, 5-man knockup on the ulti. So I think that Yasuo here has been just getting so much more relevancy in the competitive meta because he hasn't been picked up or modified too much. And when you have Orianna Sol off the table, I mean, Akali and Yasuo are just the next best thing. So I'm loving it overall. As a Rampog on top. And trade a little bit of damage with Moogly. Nothing too substantial, but Lee Sin's going pretty deep onto this one. 1v1 versus Tyrus, but Tyrus, he is not having fun, and that's going to be a first blood coming to 4 difference, and he is indeed making a difference in this game.
Yeah, I mean, this is what we're talking about. The early lead is absolutely grim now. Zara just walks away. There was an assistance coming down from Rampog as well as Foray. Top lane got pushed in. This is very smart overall. Like, there's a lot of little minor things happening. For instance, Rampog pushing in the tower and top lane getting ready for that invade for Foray there onto the jungler and Tyras. But now Tyras once again getting caught out, having to run back into his jungle. That's the scuttle now going over towards jungle side. And, Foray actually hits 5. He has Dragon's Kick now available and is going to pick up his blue. So absolutely nothing gained, nothing lost, only things gained here for the Lee Sin.
He's off to a phenomenal start once more. He's really been clinical on these rotations early on, and there's no easy way to respond. First Drake, though, is not going to be Infernal, so you're not going to have potentially those big early skirmishes for the first Drake. So you could potentially, what I remember talking about this a few days ago was Excoundrel. And you're saying early on, Drake, if it's not Infernal, is completely okay to trade turrets for it. Because especially Ocean Drake does not help you as much as Mountain Drake or Cloud Drake, that you mentioned was really strong blank earlier. That Cloud Drake move speed can be really impactful. So here, I think if you don't want to go for it, I think it's fine to just trade turrets and get extra gold from it. As though in the top side, Moogly going to get bumped straight back by Rampog, but it's going to be ulti for ulti trade. And no one comes on top. That was an interesting trade.
Yeah, I mean, Mowgli is definitely going to have to go back. Rampog, on the other hand, with the sustain that he has built into the kit, should just be able to sit around in the top lane and just use this barrel to just keep him at bay, which is absolutely fine. Now he hits 6. Probably will back now, though. There is an interesting red take as well. God's sake, Tyros is having an awful time.
Looking at his gold, he's just at 2,300. The enemy jungler, which is Lee Sin, 2,800. So already small difference. There's only 500, but in the jungle, that can come out to quite a bit. Great double man knockup. Corki going to try and jump away. Instant headbutt from that guy, and then the pulverized double man CC, and there's nothing that Corki can do despite having high mobility. That was a mid dash headbutt. That is normally really hard to execute, but yet perfectly executed by your wonderful Scowl, really stepping up to the occasion.
Yeah, I love that. It's like the Corki is like, I've got a getaway mechanic. Don't worry, gets dragon kicked, and then like tries to get back into his turret. It's like, no, headbutt. You're going back. You're literally returned to sender right now.
That's a big F. Very unfortunate. Sent back to Aliskar he goes. Now going to hear it. Corki has got himself the pack ready to unfold very soon, especially for this initial Drake fight. It's going to be the Ocean. Said it. You could trade turrets if you do, and you don't want to take that fight, but seemed like both of these teams are very, very intrigued for it. Razor going to take some severe damage, down to already 50% HP. Corki going a little bit too far, maybe even no, it is not too far, as Razor follows up. And that's going to be amazing. That's exactly what he needs. But he's going to be really low. Razor, maybe still going to go for the frag onto the redemption. But he's going to go down eventually. They're also low. And Olaf, no, oh my god, Tyrus just got melted. He was like 75 HP and just like, boom, dead instantly. And now they're just going to close it off, going for the triple frag. Ranpog, doesn't matter what he plays, he dominates on it once more.
Yeah, this is the problem with Gragas. Is just so strong in these fights. With the percentage damage on the 2, and also with those consistent stuns coming through with the body slam, explosive casting, a massive amount of damage, and just like a large radius. Even in those end fights, I think there was one really critical part of that one, which was Zawa getting a beautiful last breath coming through onto 3 targets, which provided enough time for the rest of the team to like get in this. This is overzealous. This is really overzealous from Game Lord.
Oh, you should not be there. Good knock up into the charm. That's still going to be a nice kick. 2-man kick onto that. And for a difference, we'll make it a one-on-one trade. But Carly, she's not done just... Oh, she's done. Okay, she's done. She's finished.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why you dash into a Gragas. He has body slam on a really short cooldown. It's just a free stun. And also, your wonderful is just... Oh. Wow, that's a really long-range last breath.
That is Yasuo. Yes.
He's like, I teleport.
That was
behind you.
2 turrets like wide. That's the 2 turret wide kind of a jump in from Zor. So instant ult there. He's gonna get himself the frag. 9-2. Singularity. They're kicking ass and taking names on this. They are really not messing around. They took last time 2-0 versus Game Lord. They're gonna do it again potentially here. Was already a significant gold lead. I don't know where to go with this. It's just Game Lord are just not able to make things work.
Yeah, I mean, I know you bigged up Tyros, but he has been completely outclassed in the jungle at the moment. I think his rotations just haven't been as key as Foray's.
So much CC coming out from Game Lord. They're trying to move away. They still got the safety of their turret, but the exhaust goes on through onto the Corki, so he's not able to make as much damage as you might expect. And the very start of that fight, Rampog just went in 1v2, got all the CC and damage in the world, and he put already the Akali and also Azure down to 50% HP. Solo, by the way. And then it was just, from that point onwards, like, you just can't lose that fight anymore. So, at the end, I got to say, Rampog has slowly been making a name for himself, I think. And he just keeps on going. He keeps on delivering every single game. And I'm just not surprised to see him do such good moves because he does it on such a regular basis. Is not a surprise.
Yeah, I to be fair, the main combos on this team, like Redemption, sure, he's doing great on this ADC. Like he's very consistent, and Zara as well in the mid lane is nice. But you know, the key people that stick out, I've always stuck out for me on Team Baguette and now Singularity. Foray, you're wonderful as well as Rampog. These guys are insane on their champions, and your wonderful is just stepping up to be like this insane support player.
Pop the Charmeek. Unfortunately, the team was just not there to follow up an Instrini, so if we would have kept that a little bit longer, maybe that could have been a different engage, but it did minimum force the flash away from Zor, so that is something not available for the next fight for a difference, going for the Fountain Moogly, popping quite a bit of damage on top of him. They just can't find the opportunities. They're finding some good times, like some good pokes initially, and they could turn into something more, but the lack of, I would say, synergy currently available for Game Lord is really making it hard for them to find those extra kills very early on, as now they're pushing mid tower, and that's going to be some extra gold feeding straight into the pocket. Though Malphite going to go for the ulti, gets him some nice damage initially, but instant kick away to the safety out of that tower as a Rampog. Okay, I respect what you were doing earlier. This is maybe not the play, taking a lot of damage, but Tyre is taking even more, and he just can't do anything. It was a bait. It was intentional.
It was a big bait. It was a big bait. Yeah, no, that was a little bit too far. I think he thought he could solo the turret. At this stage, perhaps not. Mid turret very close to going down. This is actually really important that they do get this. Is going to provide so much control over the map. Aker will just have to back off. Level 8, by the way, on this bot lane compared to the level 10, as well as 8 on your wonderful. So really just getting this ADC ahead.
Razor's just got no damage this time around. Really hard scaling. Yeah, Yasuo, okay, there's no way you survive that. Lee Sin jumps on forward, and he is still looking as healthy as ever before. Redemption from Game Lord, but he's not going to really help out too much. You're wonderful. Still got the Unbreakable Will, and he will be able to make it away, but no, that's going to be the Ragnarok used. But the thing is, he just gets melted in Ragnarok form. There's not even fun. You see how easily Tyrus dies, and they still got a two-man squad, and that's a quadra kill for Fora Difference. 2 games, 2 dominating performances from Fora Difference. He is showing no signs of slowing down.
No, and we talked about earlier with Na'Vi and footballers looked like much closer games there. And we had a case where, you know, even when a team was trailing, they're able to like kind of even the distance in terms of gold to around about 5 to 4K gold, right? Here, we're looking at 11, 12K gold difference. Like, the game's done at 9 minutes. I'm sorry to say, but this is not going anywhere. And this is exactly what I was talking about. It's like, you don't ban the Akali. Do you have someone that can play it to the level that Rampart can? Because if you don't, like, why are you picking it? Just ban it and play something you're comfortable on. Unfortunate. I just don't think Razor's had the impact that we saw Rampart have in game 1.
I've been seeing his moves, and I do think he's been playing it good. I think, like, the mechanics on it, he's playing it good. The thing is, Akali is really reliable and also dependent on, can you get ahead? Can you get those items before the enemy team gets their own power spike? And he's not been able to do that. And now look at that. He's just getting bullied by this Alistar Yasuo duo. He's in the Twilight Shroud. Maybe able to make it away. Trying to be a little bit tricky. He does survive it. That's good. But the lack of damage, if you do no damage on Akali, why pick her? That's the thing. The character does nothing. No CC, no nothing. So at the end, I think that his execution was there, but because he doesn't have any kind of lead coming his way, Akali just has no relevancy at this moment. As Lee Sin's just joking around, steals the blue away from Tyrus. That's another F. I feel bad for Tyrus, man. I really do.
Yeah, and that's 75% of Razor's health chunked by one combo from Rampart. Okay, that's sad. And that will be turret in the bot lane. So again, more pressure being applied, and slowly but surely, you know, it just starts to get uncomfortable now for Game Lore, and you know that something is just about to break as they take the Baron too. Like, there's not much more to say about this game. Unfortunately, Game Lore just really sadly let it slip out of their hands.
I'm just wondering, well, like, I'm trying to think of, okay, then maybe make a comeback happen, but with this type of composition, they do not have a comeback potential. Literally nothing. Sure, they still have Mowgli that could go for the big engage and create some good CC opportunities for his squad, but it's just not going to be enough when you're that far behind. We're talking of a huge gold lead here. Is it going to be potentially get dived upon? Having to jump away. Great flash into the body slam. Rampog is just taking so many names. Sure, they get the charm in the tower. Actually, really good job from Ika there. But at the end, it's just not going to be what they require to be able to make their comeback happen. So this is going to be potentially towers going down in both mid and top. The waves are currently cracking open. And yeah, I'm calling it now. It's going to be a 2-0. There's no way. There's no way Game Lord make it happen.
Yeah, the issue here is that, you know, there's no scalers on the side of Game Lord. Sure, you can say Corky, but like, he's so far behind at this point. Like, you wanted Razor to get ahead, you wanted Olaf to get ahead. Other than that, it's kind of done. Mowgli just doesn't have enough of the items that he needs to have any kind of impact. And now, really, this is just the last push. Redemption's going to flash there. That's a little bit overzealous, but you can be overzealous at this point in the game.
A little bit of a redemption going to be popped up. Never know, but I think they were just looking for an opportunity to find a frag, get a man advantage, and keep forcing fights. But they were just not able to do so. I think that was actually a really good flash from Redemption. He just doesn't want to take the risk. They fought so long in this game to just get this lead, and he doesn't want to throw it away for nothing in the world. So I'm just like, hey, you know what? You're playing it safe. Better safe than sorry, as I like to say. So overall, good stuff. But this game is just, like, there's nothing to really analyze. It's just one team dominating and dunking the other. So it is just very, very basic at this stage. It's going to be very redundant for the remaining few minutes of this. How was the last episode of Attack on Titan, by the way? You enjoy it? It's good? It's good? Liked it?
I mean, I haven't actually watched it, but I read the manga, so I don't really relive it. So, yeah.
Changing subject because we know what's going to happen.
I'm not even joking. That's exactly how I felt. I was like, I don't really want to relive the pain. so I'm not going to watch.
Engaged under tower. Game Lord struggling. Good ultimate for Moogly, though, but they still got some GA, so Thora difference is going to be looking healthy regardless of what happens. Redemption pops the HP a little bit higher. Tyro's trying to go for the backline, but he's getting melted, feeling like he's only got 10 HP, and he's going to have to go straight back to base. Though, man, they're actually making it happen potentially here. This is going to be pretty hard on Singularity. Good Invis, trying to go for the ring. Oh, no, what a good Zonia. And that's going to be them able to make it out alive, potentially. Sure, they're very low, but Ika drops also. Only Moogly is left alive. And that's the base. A Bear Nexus. They're going to be focusing it down. Moogly trying his best, but there's nothing he can do. And this will be the 2-0 once again. Going the way of Singularity. And the lose streak continues for Game Lord.
Unfortunate stuff there. Congratulations to Singularity, though, with a very dominant couple of games coming out in a 2-0 versus Game Lord. For a difference, definitely I think it's rough. It's rough. And when you get so far behind, like you come into game 2, like I said, like you're scrambling for an option. For